Hello, and welcome to another episode in the Waypoint Global How Do I series. Today's subject, creating an audit schedule. Every organization pursuing or maintaining conformance to a business management standard needs to have an effective internal audit program. This software was designed to follow the PERC framework for internal auditing, planning the audit, executing the audit, reporting the audit results, followed by corrective action on any non-conformances found. This video is going to focus on the component of the planning part of the process, scheduling. The layout of the schedule is a simple one. It is a grid showing months across the top and elements of the standard down the left side of the standard view. When a process or part audit preview is selected, the grid elements are across the top and the process or parts are listed down the left. To mark the type of audit, either planned or surveillance, a simple right mouse click on the cell corresponding to the desired target will reveal the two choices, and selecting the appropriate choice will populate the designated symbol in the cell. This is initially a planning schedule. No audits are scheduled until a formal date and lead auditor have been assigned, and that will be covered in a different training video. Okay, let's look at the software. We are here in Desktop. In order to launch Audit Manager, we will click on the Audit Manager icon one time, and that will launch the Audit Manager program. In order to create a new audit, we can go to File, New, and then Schedule, and that will bring up the prompt for you to select which standard it is that you wish to select. Whatever template packs you have, you can choose from, and then you can create a schedule for that particular standard. I've already created a schedule, so I'm going to cancel out of here, and then we're going to open a schedule that I already have created here. And this is for the IATF 2016 standard for 2017, so I'll go ahead and open it, and that will bring up the schedule that I have already scheduled some activities here. You'll notice down the left-hand column, we have a list of all of the elements in the standard. You'll notice in the work area, we have 3 tabs. We have a planning schedule, a scheduled internal audits, and then a schedule title and publishing options. For the planning schedule, you'll notice that's the one that's highlighted now. Down the left-hand navigational window here, we have a list of all of the elements, and across the top we have the months of the year. If you have a different schedule, you can change that under Preferences, Planning Schedule, and that will give you the option to change your starting month so that it's not necessarily a calendar year. In order to mark a audit as being planned, it's as simple as right mouse clicking in a cell and selecting to mark it either as an internal audit or as a surveillance audit. To remove it, you click it again with the right mouse click and select it again, and that will remove it. You can see at the bottom we have the legend showing planned audits. Once a date and time has been assigned to the audit and a lead auditor has been assigned and that has been saved, then the audit becomes scheduled. It's no longer planned, it's actually scheduled, and the triangle will become filled in just as it shows over here in the month of November. If you wish to mark surveillance audits for your activities with your certification body, those can be selected, and you notice those are highlighted in the aqua blue boxes. Typically, you don't mark every cell for that. They typically will notify you as to which elements they're going to cover in their registration or surveillance audits, but they won't necessarily tell you what they're going to be covering in those audits. At least not all CBAs do that. So it's not necessary to mark. You get the idea. If you're going to have a surveillance audit, they're going to be doing 4, 5, 6, and 7 in this particular schedule. Maybe more. If we scroll down, we'll see, yes, there's 8. And as we keep going, 9 and 10 are also included. So they're going to be covering our entire system in the month of December. Okay. On the second tab, the scheduled internal audits. Here is when we have audits actually scheduled. We can see that there's a start date, an end date, and the date notifications were sent out. When you're scheduling audits, you actually have the opportunity to send out those notifications. We'll look at that in an upcoming video, and how you can either choose to notify the auditors and the auditees, or just the auditors, and that will be covered, as I said, in an additional video. For the schedule title and publishing tab, here's where you can identify the schedule title. If you wish to change it, by default it's going to say new schedule, and you can put in then the schedule and the standard if you wish, and then save that. It automatically identifies the standard and the planning schedule year based upon the year that you enter. And then for your printing options, you have the planning schedule. You can look at it from a monthly basis. You can look at it for department coverage, for part and process coverage, and for part or process coverage by month. For part or process coverage, here is the way that the part or process coverage actually views. When you've got your title, and then you would select either part or process coverage. In this case, I've just selected the overall coverage, so you can see the part number and process pool shares the information. So your parts are in there, your processes are in there, and then it's going to show you what elements you're covering. So you'll have that all covered so that you can show where you're going to be covering individual parts or processes. If you have a long list, it'll keep displaying additional rows of information for each of the standard elements. So there's nothing difficult about creating your planning schedule. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we can go from there. Please look for more training videos in the How Do I series from Waypoint Global.